We're going to be palpating the muscle Splenius Capitis. Splenius Capitis is one of the muscles that works in conjunction with your erectors. It is an ipsilateral rotator, and capitis meaning head. So this muscle is going to be attaching from spinous processes in towards the mastoid process. Depending on your reference, it's going to be starting at either cervical 3 or cervical 4. So I'm going to be starting on his external occipital protuberance of the occipital bone. I'm going to run down till I drop off. This should be approximately where C1 is. The first large spinous process I can feel is cervical 2. And then just after that into the dip is going to be the beginning of C3. So 3 or 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is all by way of the Ligamentum Nuchae. And then after 7, it's going to be thoracic 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have C4 to T4 on the spinous process on the lateral aspect. So this is our origin, and then it's going to be traveling superior and lateral on an oblique, heading in towards the mastoid process. So following just behind the ear, you can drop into the mastoid process. Sternocleidomastoid is the first kind of more superficial muscle, but I'm actually going to go in behind it, kind of push SCM out of the way, and then I'm starting to be able to strum a belly that's kind of following this fiber direction. This sternocleidomastoid is actually going to be a contralateral rotator. So if I ask him to look towards this side, it actually slackens off and lengthens his SCM, but it shortens and tightens up his Splenius Capitis here on the right-hand side. So I can get a really nice grip on Splenius Capitis, and I'm going to follow it down until it starts to go underneath his trapezius here and underneath near semispinalis. So it's actually superficial to semispinalis, but you will lose it as you go underneath upper traps. So continuing with your palp, you're then just going to start pushing through trapezius and then into rhomboids to get down towards that thoracic 4 attachment. Go ahead and relax your head in the cradle. So again, quite a long origin, and then it starts to really thicken up as it attaches to the mastoid process of the temporal bone. Again, last, just repeating myself, this is an extensor. It laterally flexes and ipsilateral rotates the head and the neck at the spinal joints. So as if you're really trying to look over your shoulder on that side. Again, if you want to lift your head up and look towards that side, great. That's going to be its main function. It really is a big rotator of the neck and head. And you can bring your head back inside the cradle. So that's going to conclude our palpation of capitis, but we will return for some palpation of cervicis. So we're continuing with our splenius palpation. We've already palpated Splenius Capitis, and now we're going to continue on with cervicis. Cervicis is a little bit lower in its origin, and it's also inserting into the neck instead of the head. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is, again, just doing a gentle rotation of his head in the cradle here. I found cervical 7, so I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3. So it's starting to originate on the spinous process of thoracic 3, 4, 5, and 6. So our origin is here, spinous process thoracic 3 to 6, and then it's going to be traveling up and lateral in the direction of the transverse processes. I'm going to use the mastoid process. I'm going to follow it down, drop off inferior and slightly anterior. This is going to be the TVP of C1, and then I'm going to go behind that for 2, 3, and 4. So in this area here on the upper transverse processes, either 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, again, depending on your source, this is going to be our insertion of Splenius Cervicis. So along with capitis, this is a major rotator. So he's going to lift his head up out of the cradle and look towards that same side. Good, and that's bringing the neck closer towards these spinous process origins. And you can, again, bring your head back. So it is deeper than Splenius Capitis. So you're going to have a little bit of a challenge trying to follow this. I'm sinking through trapezius, rhomboids, and serratus posterior as I'm working my way from SPs towards the transverse processes in the cervical spine. So again, if you're doing kind of techniques that go up and heading from spine towards neck, there's going to be multiple muscles, whether it's the splenius muscles or the erectors, that are all helping with that ipsilateral rotation. So again, anything's really going to be helpful if you're trying to treat in that fiber direction. That's going to conclude our palpation of the two splenius muscles.